Kimi K2 thinking just beat GPT-5 on humanity's last exam, which is the hardest exam for LLMs to beat. Kimi K2 hit 44.9%, while GPT-5 hit 41.7%. Crazy. But what makes this even crazier is that Kimi K2 thinking is open source, fully open weights, and costs only $4.6 million to train instead of the billions off OpenAI, which is also closed source. And I think simply because of that, this is another DeepSeek moment all over again. Like, when you think about it, 6 months ago, open source models couldn't touch frontier closed models on complex reasoning. Like, for example, let's say an open source model gets close to GPT-4. Then OpenAI would release GPT 4.5 and GPT 5. Maybe someone would get close to Claude 3.5, then Anthropic would release Claude 4. But this is the first time an open source model is actually beating the frontier on the hardest benchmarks we have. And so what's cool about K2 thinking is it can chain together 200 to 300 tool calls without breaking down, while most models fall apart after 30 or 50. And it's not just the benchmarks. On Browse Comp, which tests web search and reasoning, K2 scored 60.2%. GPT-5 got 54.9% and Claude Sonnet got 24.1%. So here's what changed. We've had 2 frontier open source releases this year. DeepSeek R1 came out, and now we have Kimi K2 thinking, both from Chinese labs, both matching closed models from US companies. Meanwhile, OpenAI's only open model isn't frontier level. Meta hasn't released a new llama, and everyone's asking, is this better than GPT-5? But the real question is, what happens when the best AI in the world is free? Right now, you're locked into OpenAI or Anthropic. Their pricing, their terms, their limits. But if open source models are just as good, you cannot control your own destiny.